Friends, myself Gaurish Kumar Shukla and I'll be teaching biology at Intellect sub-channel. This will be very useful for any or every general competitive exam. So let's start with very basics related to biology. So biology word is made up of two words. It is indeed a Greek word and it's made up of bios and logos. Bios means life, living beings, and logos is to study. So in biology we basically study life, living beings and their life forms. Father of biology is known as Aristotle, Aristotle. This is very important from competitive exam point of view. Many times they ask who is father of biology. So we know that father of biology is Aristotle. Now there are many classifications of biology, but if we classify broadly biology, there will be two classes. That is botany and zoology. In botany we study plant life forms. In zoology we study animal life forms. Father of is Theophrastus, Theophrastus, and father of zoology is same as the father of biology, Aristotle. Okay, so there are millions of species around the globe, and we can't study any species at one time. So there is a need to classify organism or species at some basic principles. So R.H. Whittaker, he proposed 5 kingdom system classification. R.H. Whittaker, gave 5 kingdom system classification, that is Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae and animalia. But as we all know that if we classify something on some basis, there are some principles. So R.H. Whittaker used CTMRP. What is CTMRP? He distinguished organism on the basis of their cell structure or cell body. T for thallus or body organization. M for mode of nutrition. Are they autotrophic or heterotrophic? On the basis of reproduction, that is sexual and asexual. And P for phylogenetic. We will take this term a little bit later to tell you what indeed is phylogenetic relationship, systematics and all that things. Okay, so now we have classified the organism, but at that time scientists felt that there is a need of uniform international naming for an organism. So Carolus Linnaeus, or Carl von Linné, Carolus Linnaeus, he proposed binomial nomenclature for the naming of an organism, and it is widely accepted around everywhere. Binomial nomenclature. Once again. So in this, the first name starts with genus, and second name starts with species or specific epithet we say. There are some basic rules for applying binomial nomenclature to any organism. Let's start with mango. If we say mango, scientific name or binomial nomenclature name is Mangifera indica. As you can clearly see, that I have wrote capital N in Mangifera, the first rule of binomial nomenclature, that we should always write genus name starts with capital N, and specific epithet name starts with small letter, that is I here. And if we are writing on simple with pen or paper anywhere, we have to underline that name. But if we are writing on computers and everything, it has to be in italic form. Okay, and I think that much is important. I will tell you some more organisms' scientific name, which are very useful for any competitive exams. So let's start with very basic. Frog, Rana tigrina, neem, Azadidastra indica, mango I already told, but let's write again. Mangifera indica. Fruits, pea plant, this Pisum sativum. That's all I think, which are very important and have been asked many times. And now we will study. Kingdoms separately. That is, firstly, Monera. Monera group includes bacteria, blue-green algae. Some people think that it is actually an algae, but it is not. It is cyanobacteria. It is called algae as because this organism contains pigment same as that of algae. And then we have mycoplasmas and PPLO, pleuropneumonia-like organisms. What are the characteristics of Monera kingdom? They are prokaryotic organisms. And what's the most fascinating about Monera kingdom is that they have extensive metabolic diversity. This kind of diversity is not found in any of the kingdom except Monera. It has organism which is autotrophic, which is heterotrophic, saprophytic, parasitic. Every kind of nutrition has been found in Monera kingdom. Okay, and Monera is classified into two more classes, that is Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Archaebacteria are very ancient type of bacteria. Eubacteria are also known as true bacteria. I mentioned term that is prokaryotic organism. I will be telling what prokaryotic organisms are in a minute or two. Now, second kingdom, that is Protista. Protista are unicellular eukaryotes. But there is something fascinating about most interesting fact about Protista, that with an organism which may seem photosynthetic protozoan to one scientist, it may be plant to one scientist. It is a link between plants, animals, fungi. It has characters something related to all the kingdoms. Okay, so Protista include, they are found in aquatic habitat A very interesting example of Protista is Euglena. It is asked many times. Euglena is very famous because of its mode of nutrition. It is autotrophic usually, but when deprived of sunlight, it behaves or it acts like heterotrophic organism. Another example includes amoeba, paramecium, and etc. Now we will go to third kingdom, that is fungi. Third kingdom, fungi. They are unique kingdom of heterotrophic organisms. They may be found in any habitat, aquatic or dry, moist, humid places. They can found everywhere. The example includes mucor, albugo, and we have mushroom, that is most common and most frequently asked. Mushroom belongs to which kingdom? That's fungi. And example includes albugo, mucor. There are some edible fungi, which is edible fungi are morels and truffles. Now we will go to another kingdom, that is Plantae. Plantae includes plants basically, and in plants that is algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. They are basically green plants, and that's why they have mode of nutrition is autotrophic, because they contain pigment that is known as chlorophyll. Autotrophic kind of nutrition, right? Green plants. There are one or two examples that is very important, that is Cuscuta and Venus flytrap. They are frequently asked. Cuscuta and I will tell you, Cuscuta and Venus flytrap. Cuscuta is very famous example of in the planting kingdom because it is the plant that is parasite. It is plant parasite, parasitic plant. And Venus flytrap is insectivorous plant. Okay, and last kingdom is Animalia. It includes all animals. They are basically eukaryotic. I forgot to tell you one thing, that only Monera kingdom is prokaryotic. Rest all kingdoms are, be it Protista, fungi, Plantae or Animalia, they all are eukaryotic organisms. Okay, Animalia, the most fascinating character about Animalia is that their cell don't have cell membrane, cell wall basically. They only contain plasma membrane or cell membrane, you see. Two three things additional I will tell you. That is, fungi's cell wall is composed of chitin, whereas the cell wall of Plantae is composed of cellulose. very important. Chitin for fungi and cellulose for plantain. And I think that's all for today. I'll be teaching in next segment about cell, types of cell, that is prokaryotics and eukaryotics, and animal cell, plant cell, dead cell organelles, and so on. I hope you guys understood it very well. If any questions or any queries, drop in the comment section. I'll try to answer it. And yeah, please like, comment and subscribe our channel, that is Intellect Hub.